Welcome to High Heel Talk. Unscripted, unfiltered, and unpredictable. This program is proudly brought to you by MCG Flooring.
Elevating homes one floor at a time. MCG Flooring, where family and quality meet.
I'm so happy to welcome some new guests on our High Heel Talk. And first, welcome Sonia. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm an award-winning children's and adult author and a leading voice in self-leadership and generational flourishing.
Beautiful. Karen, darling, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am an author, publisher, life philosopher, and I'm so glad to be back.
Mother of 6.
Mom of 6, yeah.
Mother of
3.
Wow. And Cynthia Yap, welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Thanks, Barbara. I am a mother of 2, an entrepreneur and an angel investor.
Beautiful. Carol Hanlon, welcome for the first time.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm founder, CEO of 2 not-for-profit organisations helping small business, and I've got 2 children and 2 granddaughters.
Beautiful. Well, since we are here, panel of a very successful women, maybe I will start with a very easy question. What's your definition of success, Sonia?
Well, my definition of success is being at peace with yourself, with others and with the universe. So need to go to bed at night, put my head on the pillow and feel at peace with everyone and everything.
Beautiful. Karen?
Wow, this is such an individual question, isn't
Yes,
it? I was like,
yes.
I love it. It's a personal thing. So everybody should really ask themselves that question, what does success mean to you? And for me personally, it is just a beautiful blend of loving life, it loving me back, being the best mum I can be, and, you know, just embracing the power of story. I just love it. It just lights me up. I prioritize joy very highly in my life. So whenever I am feeling joyful, I feel successful, and it's a day-to-day thing as well.
Beautiful. Cynthia, what's your definition of success in few words?
It's not just all about money or achievement or status. It's about giving people the opportunity to shine and become leaders in their own right. And it's about inspiring others.
Beautiful. And Carol?
Mine would be making a difference and empowering others both here and globally wherever possible.
That's definition of success. So I have another question. You all started one day and you haven't stopped. Why so many women delay starting a movement, a business venture, even if they could and they can? What do you think, Sonia?
Well, I think fear is a big one, and feeling inadequate. That's one I see a lot. There's almost this thirst and hunger for having to do and be more. And so that fear, it almost freezes us. It slows us down and it brings us into indecision, which slows us down even further.
Karen?
I do stop, Barbara.
I know, I'm asking wrong person. Never wrong. This is what...
That's where I get recalibrated, pick up my energy and get going again. I'm so motivated by making a difference through the power of story. I suppose people just think of it as too big, you know, whereas everyone right where you are right now has something to give this world. And if you just step into it and have that belief in yourself, and if you don't have the belief in yourself right now, borrow it from somebody else, because there's plenty of people out there that believe in you and see what you have to gift the world. Everyone has huge potential.
On high interest rate.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
The right interest rate, yes.
Okay, Cynthia, what's your view on it? Why women delay it so often?
I think they overthink, you know, and there's a bit of perfectionism there.
Yeah.
And the responsibility that we carry, it could be overwhelming if you think of your goal as one big journey to get somewhere, you know, whereas if you break it down in smaller chunks, you kind of move with it, go
Absolutely.
day by day, and before you know it, yeah.
Carol?
Women are very time poor. They lack the ability to get the business skills that they need to drive their ideas and to put a plan together. And also they need to build a support base of like-minded people around them to build that confidence in them to move forward.
I agree with you. And yet, you know, sometimes it's like you need the devil's advocate voice as well.
Sounding board, isn't it?
Absolutely. So there is, again, no one recipe that fits all. Because in many cases, I can point here a few guests on my panel, we don't pursue a classic business plan. We just follow the, oh my gosh, the fire of intuition. True? Karen, I'm looking at you.
Yes,
Darling,
I
I'm
am all
looking at you. I can't take my eyes off you.
intuitively guided.
Yes.
I'm all about the journey and taking the steps, like you talked about, Cynthia, the steps towards the big dream. But quite often we start out and we can't see the full picture, but we don't. It's important that we don't, because if we do, it becomes overwhelming. So be present in the now. Take the very next step with what you can do now, and each one is a step forward towards something greater. And quite often we don't know the whole picture.
Now, Cynthia, you as an angel investor, you obviously support and analyze a lot of business ventures.
Yeah.
Is it always a huge business plan? Are they male-dominated angel investing ventures? What's your comment on it?
Well, the founder, I find there's a little spark within them and they know what they want and they've been true to themselves. There is no grand plan, you know, and they kind of learn from mistakes, and business is not a straight line. You know, you've got to meander and things happen that's out of your control, and I'd say just get started.
Get started.
Yeah.
Carol, you started so young. How was your starting decision?
Well, I started making income sewing at 13. I had an ability, I could earn some income, and I needed income, and that's how it all started.
So the necessity of situation gave you the huge inspiration
Yeah.
for creative thinking and consequently going for it.
Yeah, yeah. But women, they start from the ground level. I've helped over 44,000 entrepreneurs and small businesses, both in WA,
Only,
Australia,
yes.
globally. I try to encourage, and my passion is helping women in business, is to help them break things into bite-sized pieces, because women are very intuitive, but to grow and expand a business and to stay in business, you need to develop the other side of the brain, the objective side.
This is like a whole study now. We're talking about, and thank you. We're talking about starting. We're talking following your first gut feeling idea. And what always encourages me, that everything in the world started with idea. Just think about it. Eiffel Tower started with idea. Opera House started with idea. Because geniuses started with idea. So don't doubt your own idea. And there's another incredible justice in the world. We all have 24 hours. Well, maybe 48 in Karon's case.
No, I'm just resourceful. But I love that with the whole thought process, because everything starts with an idea. And if you become obsessed with an idea, if something just comes alive within you and you're so passionate and purposeful, then you energize that and it grows.
Yes.
And then things come into your sphere. Like your
Yes.
life will change, but it will also change
I
others.
think you need to think outside the box. You need to have vision. You need to think down the track. And too many people start a business thinking that they've got limitations. So if you put your plan together on paper, on a storyboard, it doesn't matter that it's now, but it may be right in 1 or 2
A
years'
seed
time or
is
5 years'
planted.
time.
Yes.
It's creating
seed
a
is
vision.
planted. And you know how sometimes you push, and it's not happening. It doesn't mean it won't happen. It means it's maybe not meant to happen now. So keep it on the fridge.
You have growth to do before it's ready to be the next step.
Yes.
Personal growth.
Because everything is timing. And I mentioned in my previous high heel talks, paralysis of analysis. You paralyze if you analyze too much. So just jump and do it.
Yeah.
True?
Well, within reason, you can't. Before you sign up to leases of buildings,
Yes.
before you sign contracts, before you take on a partner.
That's a different story. But that's when you sometimes need a business partner, a business advice. One of my business associates years ago said, Barbara, remember, numbers have no feelings. Yeah? And I had very bad feeling about it when he said it. Girls, now, I am a little bit confused. And I want to ask a big question. Where are we and what's happening with the progress of gender equality? And in case I have any confused viewers, I will read the first objectives of gender equality that we all know. Main objective of gender equality is to ensure equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities for all genders, eliminating discrimination against women and girls, and limiting violence against women. We live now in women world. Women have voice. Women have voices. In effect, I did a quick study before today. Female CEOs, heads of huge corporations and companies, Qantas, Vanessa Hudson, General Motors, Mary Barra, first female CEO of the big three, and not mention a Bumble founder and the youngest female CEO then, Whitney Wolf-Herd. So, what's happening?
Can I
Yes.
comment on that?
Yes.
Okay, I just ran a forum in New York last month
Yes.
during the United Nations Commission for the Status of Women, which is all about member states coming together to share what they're doing for women. The Secretary General spoke at the event that I was at as well, and he outlined, as he did last year and there is enormous pushback throughout the world against gender equality, right? So this is not made up. This is genuine. It's happening in many countries of the world. So women watching this, women anywhere, and men, because it won't change without male champions of change joining, that women's rights that were achieved in the 1900s for the vote, 70s and etc., are being rolled back. They're being pulled back. It's up to everybody to raise their voices, empower women and join forward, and men who are of like minds, right? But the biggest problem that women face globally is the tech and the AI, because it's coded predominantly by men, and the algorithms have reintroduced a new conscious bias against women, and that is a huge issue.
Wow. And I know you could talk forever. Algorithm is manipulation. Yes, it's manipulation, but I didn't know it goes to this extent. Cynthia.
I feel it's up to women, to speak up. So the women who are already in leadership positions, they can speak up and help change policies. I feel that, I've lost my thought.
That's okay. We come back to
so much going on.
No, it's
Maybe
okay.
we move to Karen.
That's okay,
Because
Cynthia.
it's women who are already in leadership positions need to share their stories for others to hear, and to inspire.
That's why we do high heel talk.
That's right.
To speak up, but it's not as simple as it could sound. Karen, your take on it?
Well, there's some jobs men have that I don't want to give about.
Yeah.
I would never feel inadequate speaking to a man at any level whatsoever. I grew up in a household where people are people, human, no matter whether you're a man or a woman, if anything. But I think it's up to us as women to show up and be confident and to give what we have to give. I went to an International Women's Day event that I was speaking at, and it was at a naval base down in Rockingham. I was about 6 years ago, and the whole conversation was that the women were upset because they were getting opportunities because the Navy needed to tick the boxes and get women into these positions. So men were more qualified and they weren't getting in because they needed to tick the boxes. And these women were cross because they wanted to go for it themselves and get in with a fair game and all of the things. But I do think that it's so important that men and women, it's both of us together that are part of the solution for this, and finding that common ground is just really important.
What did you say? Men and women have to meet in their genius zone.
Yes.
Okay, so it means the geniuses have to meet the geniuses to be in the leading positions. Aha. But you see, the male chauvinistic attitude sometimes, as we know, stops the female geniuses to shine.
That comes
because
from fear.
They feel threatened. And before I take your voice away with that, Sonia, what's your take on it? Living in a man's world as well.
Yeah.
You counseling men and women.
Yeah,
Yes?
well, I take it right back to the grassroots, similar to yourself, and really look at humanity.
Yeah.
And I feel there's an invitation to come back to that worldview, and rather than looking at each other as each other, it's one another. Rather than feeling there's a fight, because that energy of fight brings us into a whole other, energetic battlefield that we don't need to be in. We are all human, regardless of gender. Why create the division with our words? And start to look at the respect that there is for one another, the gifts that we all have and the gifts that we're here to share. When we come back to that worldview, then the inequality, it doesn't exist, because we're coming back to the grassroots of what it means to be human and to live in harmony and to see us all in communion and in unity.
I'm nodding that my head is going to fall off. Of course. Carol, this is the beautiful theory. My feeling, before I even heard of the algorithm and AI being designed for the male orientation, which is quite shocking, my own thinking was, are we unrealistic in the expectation of a speed of gender equality just happening and having it 100% ticked off? I think we are, and I tell you why before I give you the questions. Because we're fighting centuries of attitudes, cultures that were suppressing women, that males don't want to let it go. So it all comes to education. Mm-hmm. We have to unlearn, learn, and teach what to be human. We have to show that the fact that a female can be better academic, which happens now all the time, another guy he'll talk about education, that this is nothing wrong with it, because he can be excellent trader, he can be an excellent everything.
Can I comment on gender parity?
Yes.
Because this is an area why I'm passionate about empowering women.
Yes.
And why I've run not-for-profits for over 30 years. In Australia, 180 years before gender parity will be reached. In the United Nations, say 300 years before gender parity will be reached.
Okay.
Exactly what you said. This is a century-old issue, and it means changing so many preconceived opinions and cultural changes, but it needs men to come on board. It needs all of the males watching this show and who we connect with not to feel they're disadvantaged or threatened, and to join forces to make this change, because we can't wait 300 years, we can't wait 180 years, but it's going backwards. So we've got a lot of things to make up for, and every empowered person in the world needs to do what they can to make this change happen.
So, change of curriculum at schools again.
And in homes, because mothers and children.
It all starts at home. It all starts at home. But if you have, narcissistic, misogynic father, what chances have you got? So the school is really important, because not all households are ideal. So it's up to the child to be able, before the child looks itself, to find the information. Cynthia, any comment?
Yes, I'm actually quite surprised to hear Carol say that we're going backwards. I thought we were going forwards, but then I think it's also the environment we're in and, what we've built for ourselves. I've been self-employed for a while, so I've created my own opportunities to a point where I'm independent and I don't see that gender inequality, whereas Carol may see the, what's happening in the background. Yes. For women, the best way to do it is to create your own opportunity. And, if you can't find a table to sit at, make your own.
Absolutely. Karen, darling?
Yeah, well, education, holy moly. I have homeschooled some of my kids because the education didn't suit their needs. It's a whole thing to be able to change an education system that isn't where it needs to be for a changing world. But 180 years in Australia, scary. And like the US, 300 years, like that, those are generations we're talking about. So it does start in the home and with the children that are being born now. But we all need educated. What's the right way? Because people are confused.
That's right. So confused. And I think it's one of the factors that gender equality is now taking backwards more than we expected or we would think about. It's also because people are confused. People are confused in the world altogether. Sonia?
Well, the most important thing, I think, is how are we building ourselves as individuals? Because we all have an individual responsibility. So yes, there's systemic change that needs to happen. Absolutely. It's going to also start at that self-leadership level. Do I have a healthy relationship with myself, and who is helping me develop that? Because if you're a happy, healthy person, imagine billions of happy, healthy people.
But take other people with you.
Absolutely.
Or as many as you can.
And
be out front and take others with you.
100%. And that's actually what happens. It's, it's the science behind it. If you are happy and healthy, that's almost contagious to the person next to you.
That takes me
There isn't competition. There is collaboration. There is celebration of one another. And it's a whole other kind of growth that we're yet to
eliminates
see.
emotional greed, which takes me to something. What's wrong with a comfort zone? My humble answer, everything and nothing.
Yeah.
It's out of comfort zone applies to people that want to reach higher. There are so many people that are okay with what they are. So again, it comes to your own definition of your success, of your being okay. I want to hear your opinion on comfort zone. Can we be there when we have manicure comfort zone? You know what I mean? It's okay.
Yeah. The world is made up of 4 types of personality.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine to be in your comfort zone, and where you're at is where you're at. That's perfectly fine. But that may change in 5 or 10 years when your situation changes or your resources change or that light globe comes on
And your
sparks
mindset
that
changes.
idea.
Or not. Cynthia.
I joke with my friends, my professional associates, that I'm constantly living in the discomfort zone.
Yeah.
To me, that feels comfortable. It doesn't have to be chaotic, but with my personality, I like to learn, and my mindset is that growth happens when you're a little bit uncomfortable, and it's always uncomfortable when you're doing something new until you get used to something. So, for me, discomfort all the way.
But your mini comfort zone, do you ever have hot chocolate and you feel...
Oh, that's okay. No, that's completely different. They're creature comforts,
I'm joking. Yeah, okay. You have to earn your comfort zone. You have to earn your comfort zone. Karen?
You should see me veg out. I just there's no red lipstick or heels then, I tell you. But we're human beings, not human doings. And in being, there's growth. And so that means showing up and embracing our growth and what our next steps are. And so I often talk about the magic happens just outside our comfort zone. So if we're growing, we're going to be a bit discomfort. Doesn't mean we have to take a run, leap and jump into the abyss where we're like lost. We can just take a side step out and the growth will still happen. I'm an ambitious person. I never apologize for being ambitious. I'm curious about life. I love experiencing and creating experiences that other people don't do it. So I'm a lot of the time outside of my comfort zone, but it's comfortable, just like you said, Cynthia. It's comfortable for me.
Sonia, what's your comfort zone view and your comfort zone?
Look, well, we're all here in the School of Life. Yes, there is growth outside of what feels comfortable, and ultimately life is going to serve us various dishes and we get to choose how we approach the meal, if I can use that analogy. It's important to be present. I think coming back to that, the presence of just being in the moment. When I feel like that can be comfortable, that can be extraordinary, but it can also bring us into a whole other kind of spark that's lit within us that then urges us out of our comfort zone to try new things, to experiment, to be curious.
Thank you. I agree with all of you. My comfort zone tells me it's time to wrap up this beautiful high heel talk. Girls, ladies, thank you so much and keep shining.
Thank you.
Thank you. This program was proudly brought to you by MCG Flooring.